snowman I made in year 5, which I think is similar to like grade 4, grade 5. We got it printed on a mug. I'll be drinking that and have some biscuits as well. Also, so for this story time, I'm going to look for an photo album from my childhood. And we're just going to find a few photos in there as we go along. I haven't looked in here for about a year, so we're going to just have a look and see what we can find, and then I'll find a good photo and I'll just talk about it. Okay. First, I'm just going to open up these biscuits and then we can start. I'll be right back. Okay, so the biscuits that I have for today are these malted milks. If only it would, there we are. They're like I'd say a traditional British biscuit to have with tea or coffee, maybe. They're definitely my favourite biscuit to have with tea. Okay, so let's look through this. So I'm just going to look through it, and then once I find a good photo, I'll take it out and we can talk about it. There's going to be a few embarrassing photos in here, so please don't judge me. Let's have a little look. Here's a good one. Let me just get it out. Okay, so this photo was taken in Thailand. If you've watched my first story time, maybe even my second one, you have known that I've been to Thailand quite a few times. So in this photo, I'm going to guess I'm about 8 or 9, and a Thai chef is helping me make a English breakfast. So there we are. There's little me. I think I'm cracking an egg in the bowl. The ring light doesn't really help me out for this actually, but I'm hoping you can see that. It was probably the first meal I ever properly made. I also, backstory, during this I didn't understand that if I was to put a saucepan on the hob, then it would get hot. So as I was holding the handle, I put my finger underneath, and it just slightly touched the actual saucepan, and I burnt my finger just on here. But I didn't tell anyone about it because I think I was too embarrassed, or for some reason I decided just to bear the pain. So after I think it's about 5 minutes I burnt it for, and I did nothing. I think I just held back tears or something, and then I went upstairs after I finished making it, and I put it under a cold tap for ages and just started crying, and then apparently if you put a burn in flour it does good, so I put the burn in like a heap of flour and it helped it. But anyway, so that's one story time. I'm just gonna have another biscuit whilst I find another photo. There's a lot more photos. I forgot about some of these photos that I'm seeing in here now. Okay, this is a good one. Okay, so this photo might look quite confusing. So it's basically a big roulette wheel, so you can see all the numbers around here, and then a bucket in the middle. So on a normal roulette wheel, you spin the wheel, you drop a ball in, and it lands and whatever. So this was called rat roulette, and you put a rat under a bucket. So the rat is under this bucket here, and then what you would do is you would bet on a number. So as if you can see, there is holes under each of the numbers. So you would bet on which hole you thought the rat was going to run into when the bucket was lifted up. This is very cruel. I'm not saying this, I mean, it was fun, but it wasn't very nice on the rat. However, it's a rat. But anyway, and if you won, if you got the correct number, you got a bundle of toiletries. So this was a thing in Thailand, at a fair for the New Year's Eve, which is called Songkran. So yeah, that was something I don't think I'll ever do again. Okay, it's time for another biscuit and to look through some more photos. Okay, so the storms in Thailand can be quite bad, so we rented out a villa on a mountainside over the beach. And then this is the view we had during one of the storms. So I don't know how well you can see, but that is the ocean. And coming off the roof is lots and lots of rain. Let me just see if I can. Can you see that a bit better? And it was this mega storm that happened, and from this storm, obviously when it rains in the UK or in maybe even in America, the birds come and they land on your garden or your yard and peck the ground for worms. But the animals that the storm brought out in Thailand was snakes and scorpions. So after the storm, we went to the bathroom. I went to the bathroom and because they have, rather than a cube for a shower, cubicle shower, it was just a walk-in shower, and there was a scorpion in the walk-in shower. So because the plug hole just leads to the back of the house, like there's no drainage system, it's just a tube from in the bathroom to out the house, and it just goes into the woods or the forest even. And a scorpion had come through that pipe and was sat in our bathroom. So we got the shower head and we sprayed this scorpion back down the plug hole. It reluctantly went back, but then for the rest of the time we stayed there, we were worried that we were going to come in the bathroom and our family scorpions would have come in angry at us. But luckily that didn't happen, and we made it out alive. Okay, I'll find one more photo. Let's have a look. We're not even a quarter of the way through this photo album right now. Just found some pictures of a fire show. Trying to find a photo that I can tell a story about, as well as show you the photo. There's many. Okay, so this photo is the last one. This one was actually in New Zealand as opposed to Thailand. And there's there's little me again. That was probably aged 11 or 10, I think. So I am. It looks like a ski lift, but it's actually a luge, which was like, instead of skiing down a mountain, you kind of go-karted down a mountain. I can't really remember how it worked, but I think you had a steering wheel, and if you pulled it backwards, you went forwards, and then if you pushed it in, you braked. I think it was something like that, but that was a lot of fun. Let me see if I can find an example of what I mean. There we are. So this is me on the go-kart thing. So you see there's the steering wheel, and I think if you pushed it forwards, you went forwards. If you went forwards, you pushed it, you braked, and if you pulled it back, then you went forwards. And then you would go down this mountain. Oh, it says, oh, sorry, you can see the colours there. If you see, there's a green and a red, so it looks like the green is to go forwards and the red, I'm guessing it's braking. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. You actually went down there pretty fast, so if you crashed something bad would have most likely happened, but that was a lot of fun. So I went to New Zealand to visit my auntie, because she lives out there now. That was a lot of fun. We travelled around New Zealand. So that was in Rotorua, which is in the north, and she lived down by Wellington, which is on the south of the North Island. But yeah, so we've got just about halfway into that photo album, and it's taken us 12 minutes or so. So I hope you have enjoyed this story time, and do let me know if you enjoy these series. So, if you are asleep, then sleep well. Sleep well, sleep well, sleep well, sleep well, sleep well, sleep well, sleep well. And I will see you again very, very soon.